What's going on, guys? It's ASAP Flash here, and I'm here with another video about, guess what, directors. Because in the last video, I mentioned on how I want to talk about my favorite directors. Now, I'm not gonna do top five, top 10. I'm just generally gonna talk about my favorite directors and my favorite movies by them, and possibly my favorite actors in those movies. Just mainly just talking about my favorite movies and directors and shit. So without further ado, I guess my first director I'll start talking about is Christopher Nolan. Just this dude is pretty much amazing when he makes movies. I mean, it's not like doesn't really use a lot of fancy formulas or whatever. He just mainly what he does is just messes with the storyline and messes with kind of like um the sequence of things. It's more or less like one of those directors. It's like let the audience figure out the story, or let the audience figure out if what is real that is actually watching. One main prime example of what I'm talking about is Inception. It's like the end of the movie, it just like because the main character uses totem for like if he's in a dream or not. If it keeps spinning, he's in a dream. If it topples a little bit, he's in reality. So at the end of the last frame of the movie, it's just zooming in on the little totem of it, and it just toppled just like really so slightly, just so ever so slightly, and it made it seem like, is it a dream? Is it reality? What is it? So I mean, it just leaves fans of the movie just speculating on what it is. Even at the end of Dark Knight Rises, I mean, it's just that little subtlety. It's like that he supposedly survived the bomb, and he supposedly made it to that same exact restaurant in Paris that Alfred was telling them about. And I mean, little stuff, details like that. Although some people won't like the fact that just Joseph Gordon-Levitt's name is in the movie is Robin John whatever, actually his name is Robin, because usually in the comics it's like a code name or whatever. None of the Robins are actually named Robin. It's just whatever, but I think he's a pretty good actor. I think one of my favorite movies by him was either Inception straight up, um that one Interstellar was such an amazing movie, or Insomnia, or definitely. I mean, I'd have to leave out the Dark Knight trilogy because that'd be cheating. Otherwise, I would have been just said like all of the. I mean, except maybe the first one. The first one is mediocre. I'm not saying it's bad, but it just feels like a lot's writing onto it, I guess. Just kind of like the origin story and whatever. I mean, it is kind of a long movie, but nevertheless, it's still a pretty good movie. But in Interstellar, I mean, that's such an amazing movie. I mean, not only does it's like about like science fiction and shit like that, but usually, I don't know. It's like usually when you get science fiction movies, it just kind of like it's without any heart necessarily. But yeah, I mean, if you've seen that movie, or if you haven't, do yourself a favor and just watch that movie. I think my second favorite director, I mean, like I said, I'm not really giving any order, but whatever. Quentin Tarantino. I mean, The Hateful Eight just kind of speaks for itself. Really, you don't really need. I mean, yeah, like whatever. See the other movies, but I think my most favorite movie from him is The Hateful Eight. I mean, it's a western, but I think I don't know. I think Western feels like it has a bad rap for it because it's like dull and whatever. But I mean, that movie is so exciting. But it's just the theme, the feel of that movie. Just like you put a lot of people that are like generally, opposing each other or whatever, and it's just like really high stakes and shit, and whatever. And then what's so surprising is Channing Tatum is actually in that movie. I mean, it's funny. There's just kind of like a running joke that he's not strong with an actor and he's more of a like a party boy or whatever. But it just in that movie, he just really proves himself that he's actually a pretty good actor. And Pulp Fiction. I mean, I tried to watch that on Netflix and I just got distracted or whatever. But I mean, Pulp Fiction is actually a pretty good movie. It's one of those movies. It feels like what I was saying about Christopher Nolan and how like it's like it's not near the storytelling. It's just one of those movies that just it's like a story within a story within a story, because it tells you like a brief, like however long, like about the certain characters, and it tells you another character and tells you another character, and it's just like different perspectives going on. I guess going on at the same time. Um, I know this guy is not a director. I'm not sure if he's a director or not, but Gary Oldman, he's such an amazing fucking actor. I mean, like he lit. I mean, I don't think there even is a Gary Oldman. I think they're just a shape shifting alien that just literally puts himself in any role and whatever. I mean, he's like one of those actors. Not unless you actually follow his movies, you're not gonna know who the hell he is. Because I was saying to someone like they're like, who's Gary? Every time I talk about Gary Oldman, they always say the same thing. Who's Gary Oldman? And it's funny because they're not much of a big movie buff that I am. You know, I could be like, okay, he's in that movie, all right, whatever. It's like he's so much of of a chameleon. It just like you don't really see him. In fact, I seen a trailer from him yesterday. He is literally playing Winston Churchill. I didn't even know it was him until like the credit literally said like, oh, he playing Winston Churchill. I'm like, holy shit, that's Winston Churchill. That's Gary Oldman as Winston Churchill. What the hell? I mean, it's just, I think his most notable movie. I mean, I haven't seen it, but I've seen bits and pieces of it. True Romance. Of course, he played Commissioner Gordon, and he was also Johnny Rotten. So yeah, this dude is like put him in any movie, just freaking just submerges himself in that role. Directors, oh shit. I don't know. I think it'd be super cliche to be like Josh Whedon, but let's be honest. I mean, like he made he. I guess in some ways he made the MCU is what it is. You know, because if it wasn't for Josh Whedon, because I would say the first Avengers movie was more like a make or break for Marvel because what they've been doing so far. I mean, they had Iron Man, they had Thor, and I mean they had like the first set of movies that made up the MCU, but it wasn't really technically interconnected yet until the Avengers. But I say like Avengers was basically the make and break for Marvel. You know, it was like if that movie failed, there would have been no MCU. So it was like very pivotal, you know, for it to succeed. And I think Josh Whedon just fucking nailed that shit. I mean, although like after like Age of Ultron, he won't be returning, and he went to the dark side and joined DC. Oh no! But yeah, he just like an amazing director. I think he's a little bit underrated. I think personal opinion a lot of people will say he's overrated. Tell me about your opinion down in the comments down below. Whatever you think. So yeah. Next director that I like is Clint Eastwood. Now, like it's funny because when I was younger, I used to not really like Clint Eastwood all that much until I saw Million Dollar Baby, and holy shit, you gotta see Million Dollar Baby. If you haven't, check out that movie. I mean, it's just like it's funny because you'd figure like a man like that would like just I don't know, would it make you feel or make you cry in that movie? But holy shit, he made you cry nor touch the end of the movie. And I'm not gonna spoil anything because the movie is old, and you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna spoil that movie. Long story short, Hilary Swank dies at the end. Oh no, tragic. You know, so yeah. Another good movie of his is Gran Torino. I think he directed that movie. I'm not sure, but Gran Torino is just like basically it's like the main character he moves into like I forgot what they were like Humong or some shit somewhere shit somewhere in Asia or whatever. He had like basically he had Asian neighbors. He wanted to be left alone. He didn't want anybody to like talk to him or anything. So it's like typically a grumpy old man, right? Eventually, as the movie went on, it's like they accepted him for who he is. They kind of like a part of the family. Blah blah blah. Long story short, one of the neighbor kids is like turned into gets involved with a gang. He intervened. Blah blah blah. You need to see it for yourself. It's a pretty good movie. So yeah, I mean, I think we're approaching the 10-minute mark, and yeah, let this a lot of favorite movies that a lot of favorite directors that I have, and comment down below on what are your favorite directors and whatever your favorite actors. Perhaps I might talk about my favorite actors in the future or the next video. I'm not sure. But anyway, comment down below on what you think and give it a like and share. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you with another video.